Welcome to the Town Squire, public relations and religious liberty updates by the Ypsilanti Seventh-day Adventist Church. I'm Maida Skeet, your host today, and I have the opportunity and the privilege of introducing Amira Al-Haddad. Miss Al-Haddad is actually the Religious Liberty Director for the Southern Union Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, located in that peach state of Georgia. And we are so delighted and happy that she is going to be the speaker for the Ypsilanti and the Ecorse Seventh-day Adventist Church's Joint Religious Liberty Day on April the 3rd, and that's next week. So welcome, Amira. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited about doing religious liberty for your district, and I hope that we will have a wonderful and spirit-led Sabbath next Sabbath.
I'm sure that we will. I have read your bio, and I'm very impressed. And I know that you have worked with a number of legislators, and you have done so much for the Southern Union. I know you've been involved in a variety of things there dealing with religious liberty. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I know that our viewers and listeners would love to know more about you.
Well, I am the director, obviously, I think you already said that, of Public Affairs and Religious Liberty for the Southern Union. My territory here in the North American Division covers the 8 states and 8 conferences that make up the Southeastern United States. We had executive committee yesterday, and our membership now is right over 300,000. I think we're right around 308,000. And those are the constituents that I serve here in the Southeast. So I am blessed by having church members who love and who value and who want to defend religious liberty today. I have been in my job for 28 years. We joke and we say I started when I was 8. but I have kind of worked my way. I was the assistant director, then I was the associate director, and now I'm the director. So I've been in this position since 2006. But it's a fun job.
So tell me, have you always been Seventh-day Adventist? And have you always just loved religious liberty?
I actually have always loved religious liberty, yes. I have been reading Religious Liberty, or Liberty Magazine rather. I started reading Liberty Magazine before I could drive. And the reason that I know that is because I remember only being in the passenger seat in the car and reading Liberty Magazine while my parents drove, and just wanting to drive. But instead I had to, read Liberty Magazine, but it was my interest. So I've always loved religious liberty since I was a teenager. And I really never knew that I would ever work for the church. I had initially thought I was going to be an attorney. Now the joke in our department is that I'm not an attorney, but I play one on TV. So that's the joke in our department.
And Al-Haddad, that's not an English name.
No, it's not. It's my father is a Muslim. He is from Baghdad, Iraq, and so I grew up in a multi-religious household. But we were blessed because my dad let my mom raise us as Adventist.
Beautiful. Well, as a religious liberty director, and I know that you have probably come into a lot of different type of situations there. I listened to some of your sermons. You know a lot about Bible prophecy and how it relates to religious liberty. What is the primary message that you hope listeners will gain from your sermon that's on April the 3rd?
I sat in my living room on January the 6th, and I watched the news like a lot of people around the world actually did. And I saw our nation's capital being attacked. I saw a disregard for the democratic process that we have here in America. And that struck me as being prophetic in the actions that were taken, because as Adventists, we understand that democracy as we know it, the republic that we have formed here in the United States, fails before Jesus comes back. And that was kind of a warning shot across the bow for me. And so I think that on Sabbath, we are going to really look at what it means to us as Adventists to continue to go forward in our partisan, I don't know, our partisan suits, I guess, our partisan clothing, and be so political that we forget who we are as a people of prophecy. And I have made this call over the last 5 or 6 years for my church members to realize that politics in America today, no matter who you vote for, politics is eventually going to fail you. And there's only one thing that will not, and that's Jesus. So we have to come out of our political strongholds, no matter whether you're a Democrat or you're a Republican. We have to come out of our, I call them our aisles. Everybody sits on the left side of the church or the right side of the church. We have to come out of our church pews, and we have to come into that center aisle so that we as Adventists can work together, united in Christian love, despite what our political differences are. And I think that this is important for us as a people because we have to be united. And I have have very big concerns that as we see this growing rift between Democrats and Republicans, our churches are assuming that rift internally as well. And it's never been that way before in the Adventist church. And we just need to wake up. And so what I will try to do on Sabbath is to give you that wake-up call.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, we're looking forward to your message next Sabbath. We are. And I want to thank you again for being here on our program today. I want you to know that we are be praying that the Holy Spirit will be guiding you. And to all of our listening friends, we want to thank you for joining us and want to invite you again to be here with us next week when we hear from Sister El Haddad. Until that time, God bless and be safe.